don't marry the hottest chick you ever been with.
I'm gonna need every man right now to chime in on this explanation from my husband.
You don't
How would you feel if your husband told you that he got married to you? Not because you're the hottest woman that he has ever met. It's just because he had to settle down with you because you're just like in the middle. And that is what men do. Men do not marry the hottest woman that they've met in their life. How would you feel? Because this woman posted the conversation that she had with her husband while they were watching a reality TV show.
marry the hottest chick you ever been with.
I'm gonna need every man right now to chime in on this explanation from my husband. So how did this start? Well, we're watching a show and it's Married at First Sight, and I'm like, do you think that girl is pretty? Her husband's not attracted to her. It's so sad. I think she's pretty. And he looks at her and he goes, yeah, she's pretty. She's an attractive human. And I'm like, and he's like, she's not the hottest girl I've ever seen. I'm like, okay, well, like, who's prettier, me or her? And he's like, push play, let me see more of her. And then he's like, I think y'all are about the same. You know, she's not like super hot. She's not the most attractive woman I've ever seen, but she is a pretty human. And I'm like, what the excuse me? Please keep watching to see his explanation.
You don't marry the hottest chick you ever been with. The hot scale and crazy scale, they run on the same axis, okay? So you don't want to, you got a girl down here, she's not very pretty at all, but her freaking crazy scale is down here too. So you marry the person who have the good looks, but not high on the crazy. There's a cross sectional graph there you got to hit. You can't go way low and get an ugly person who's not totally crazy or not crazy at all, and you can't get the hottest person that is super duper crazy you can't be around. There's a balance in there that you have to pick. Those are the people who get married.
So I'm not crazy.
You're not super crazy. I didn't say you weren't crazy. I just said you weren't high on the crazy scale.
But I'm not super attractive either.
Because once you get to the super attractive side, the crazy scale goes up. So then you're still not freaking married.
So I'm just...
There's a cross-sectional path in there that all men try to stick to. Unless you just like really crazy people, then you're up there. But you got to deal with the crazy. I don't want to deal with the crazy. I pick something in the cross-sectional path. There's an area that you stay in. You do not get out of that. I stayed in that area.
What do we think? Do I kill him now or when he's sleeping?
He's basically telling her that he's settled for her. I don't know. That's just how it feels. He's basically telling her that I settled for you. There were other hotter women that I've met, but you know what? I don't want to stress myself to go and meet them because they will not even agree to date me. So I came to meet you because you're in the middle. So I'm going to marry you, or I want to marry you because you're in the middle. It's not like you're hot. And I'm actually going to settle for you because you're not that hot like that, but you are there in front of his wife. He's saying that in front of his wife. What would you do if you're the wife? How would you feel?
Don't marry the hottest chick you ever been with. The hot scale and crazy scale, they run on the same axis, okay? So you don't want to, you got a girl down here, she's not very pretty at all, but her freaking crazy scale is down here too. So you marry the person who have the good looks, but not high on the crazy. There's a cross-sectional graph there you got to hit. You can't go way low and get an ugly person who's not totally crazy or not crazy at all. And you can't get the hottest person that is super duper crazy you can't be around. There's a balance in there that you have to pick. Those are the people who get married.
Ugh, my lips are so cracked. This man does know that, like, crazy is not based off of looks. Like, you don't automatically just become crazy because you look better to some people. Might I add that, like, somebody I find absolutely gorgeous could be ugly to somebody else, right? Does that mean that they're only crazy to me? Like, how does that work? What this man is saying is that he could not pull somebody that he thinks is absolutely drop dead gorgeous, and he's insulting you by saying, well, you're not crazy, but you're also not that gorgeous either. This is a him problem and a him problem only. He's quite literally telling you that he has no game and he's settled with you, and that's so insulting. Why are you laughing at this? And today, Junior. This man is so confident, too. Oh, well, the reason I didn't marry somebody drop dead gorgeous is because I don't want to deal with crazy. So you were perfect. Your mediocre self, you're not that crazy. So you were perfect for me. Why do some of y'all post your men being shitty husbands on the internet and then you come on here and you're flabbergasted? Oh, you don't know him like I do. He's such a great husband and father. Then why post him being shitty? That's what I have to ask. I have to ask that every single time.
Don't marry the hottest chick you ever been with. The
As a Slavic woman, if I could encourage American women to do one thing, it would be that at least if you're going to post these moments of intense humiliation on the internet, at least please let it be the man's humiliation. Please at least humiliate them back, okay? Stop viewing these moments as setbacks or as insults and start viewing them as opportunities, okay? This man just gave you the craziest layup. Hold on, let me teach you my ways. Okay, so here's your man sitting there looking like this, talking crazy to you. And you're really just gonna take the thing that he said and post it like you're confused about whether it's mean or not. It's very mean. You need to be honest with yourself. He just said something mean to you. If it's me, I'm gonna take it as an opportunity. And I'm gonna go ahead, and we actually have a phrase for this. I'm gonna take a shit in his soul. Meaning I'm gonna say something back to him that's gonna be 1,000 times meaner that he will never forget about in his life. And he'll really think twice about saying some stupid shit to me in the future. Especially if you already know you're just gonna post this with no consequences, you're gonna stay anyway, maybe financially you're not able to leave. That does not mean you can't stay and torture the out of this man. Like, he's torturing you. Why wouldn't you torture him back? Like, I don't understand. You're just gonna roll over and take it? Hell no, not on my watch. Get up. I'm teaching you how to be mean to men. The first place my mind goes is, how do I flip this around on him immediately, right? And so I would say something like, oh honey, I totally understand. That's actually a thing that women do as well. We don't always marry the most charming, funniest, most successful, most ambitious guy that we date, because we're just scared it's going to be too much to keep up with. It's a lot of work to support like a truly successful, ambitious man. We just kind of pick whatever we think we can handle, and if we end up a little bored, that's okay. That's totally fine. If I would have married the best guy I ever dated, I would be living a very different life right now. So I totally get it. Another route you could go with this is exposing the delusion, right? So you say something like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's right, I totally forgot. When you first asked me out, I was actually in a room full of like Victoria's Secret models and famous actresses and all these like corn stars, and they were all just like begging to be with you, and you looked around and you said, no, all of you are too hot and crazy. I just want this normal girl. I just want her. Like, I just want the average, standard, basic bitch Betty. Like, I want her. You get away from me. Get away from me, Victoria's Secret model Adriana Lima. Get away from me, Megan Fox. Do you remember that? Oh my gosh, that was so crazy. I remember all those girls really wanted to marry you. So I really definitely feel lucky to be chosen by you, honey. Thank you so much. Now, you could also go the threatening route. Now, this one's good because he's going to be kind of like sleeping with one eye open, right? Whenever he says his little thing about the calculation, you could always hit him back with, have you ever considered what you would do if your calculation was wrong? Because I think you might be about to find out that even though apparently, according to you, I'm not the prettiest or the hottest, you're about to find out how crazy I really am if you don't get out of my house by the time that I get to 5 and just start counting. If all else fails, hit below the belt. He's clearly not worried about your vulnerabilities. He's clearly not worried about what would embarrass or humiliate you. So go ahead and tell him that you did that exact same calculation with his penis, and you picked the safest, most average, least likely to ever hurt, exhaust, or overstimulate you option. Because you know how it is with the guys that have the big dicks. They're usually too much to handle. They have all this stamina. They just want to have smacks all the time. You don't really know what to do with it. Like, it's too big. It doesn't fit in your mouth. It doesn't any of your holes. Like, who wants that? So I just did the same exact calculation, and I just picked something like very manageable, pretty sturdy, pretty reliable, nothing crazy, just a run of the mill, like basic little sausage link. You know, nobody's over here looking for a big old hog. Pick just a little link. That's fine. You know? So I did my calculation too, honey. I totally get it. All right, I hope this helps. Love you. Stay safe out there. Mwah.
Marry the hottest chick you ever been with. The hot scale and crazy scale, they run on the same axis, okay?
I've seen a lot of responses to this video, and everyone is talking about how cruel this man was to his wife. And yes, that was cruel. But here's what I need everyone, including the woman who made that video, to understand. That cruelty is just a symptom, and the underlying disease that man has is misogyny. He doesn't see women as whole people, so let's break down how that shows up in every single thing he said. The crazy hot scale is textbook misogyny. It reduces women to a mathematical equation where attractiveness and emotional stability are inversely related. It frames women's emotions as craziness rather than legitimate responses, often to being mistreated. It's a way of pathologizing women's emotions so men never have to be accountable for their behavior. Women aren't just attractiveness plus temperament calculations. We are whole-ass human beings deserving of partners who choose us enthusiastically, not reluctantly. Number 3, he treats marriage as settling. He's literally telling his wife she's a middle girl with tolerable levels of craziness. That's not love. That's a cost-benefit analysis where women are commodities to obtain, not people to build relationship with. Women are not a spreadsheet of pros and cons, and if you're doing the math about your wife's attractiveness to her crazy level, you don't deserve a wife. You deserve XL. Number 4, this is normalizing disrespect, and your children will see this. Comparing your wife's attractiveness to another woman on camera and then doubling down when she's clearly hurt is cruel, and you should give some serious thought to what your children, especially your boys, are learning from this. So yes, he was cruel, but the reason he could say all those things without even flinching is because he doesn't see his wife or any woman as full human beings deserving of genuine love and respect. He sees his wife, who's gorgeous by the way, as a commodity he acquired at a reasonable price point. So until we call this out for what it is, we're just identifying symptoms while the disease spreads.
Don't marry the hottest chick you ever been with. The hot scale and crazy scale, they run on the same axis, okay? So you marry the person who have the good looks, but not high on the crazy. There's a cross-sectional graph there you gotta hit.
I wonder what the scale is for men. So did anybody else see this video? They were discussing a TV show. She did admit it was stupid for her to ask, like, did he think this woman was pretty? But she was asking because they were watching Married at First Sight, and you could tell that the husband was not really into the wife. And she was basically like, I think she's really beautiful. Like, what do you think? And he was like, yeah, like, she's pretty average, you know? Like, I would say you two are pretty similar. Like, you don't ever marry the hottest girl, because if you do, then the level of crazy is like way, way, way up here. But you don't want to marry somebody really ugly, because even though their crazy might be super low, it just doesn't work. So you marry someone who's like in the middle. And this woman goes on to say, like, it's just really upsetting because when I walk into a room, I still think he is the most attractive person. I love that for her. With that said, she loves her husband, and she's like, I feel like that's what love is. That's what you're supposed to feel about your spouse. Not that they're just like mediocre. Now, I will say that the wife did go on and say that, you know, she knows who he is as a person. She doesn't want to come on and defend him necessarily. She was so grateful for the comments, and the comments really did make her realize, like, yeah, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy to wish that my husband thought I was the most beautiful, most attractive, hottest person in the world. No, genuinely, I would just really love to know what this cat's scale is for men, because like, where do you fall? I think it's one thing to be honest with your wife. It was a silly question. She admitted that. Yeah. But I also feel like you have the opportunity to really lift your wife up. And when men say things that they know is not going to make their wife feel very good, I don't understand why say it. I'm not saying he had to lie about the person that he saw on the TV and if that person was attractive. But what he should have said, instead of saying like, you guys are on the same scale, he should have been like, you're the most beautiful woman in the entire world. And I don't really look at women that way. That is how you answer a question like that. I want to know what you would do if you were in this situation. Would you be upset if your husband said that you weren't the most attractive person in the world? Do you expect your husband to say that you are? Or do you just want honesty from him? Let me know what you guys think down below.
I'm going to try my hardest to be a kind person in this video, and I'm going to let you know right now, I'm a fail. I'm tagging the original creator that we are talking about because 19 hours ago, she posted a video where her and her husband are watching TV. I'm gonna give you a quick recap. And there was a woman on there, and the wife was like, damn, it sucks that man does not love his wife. Like, he doesn't love her. He's not attracted to her. And the husband was like, well, yeah. He's like, you never marry the hottest woman you've been with. She's like, sorry? And he was like, she's pretty, she's beautiful, she's like she's like mid-scale, you know? And he's like, you guys are kind of the same. And she's like, I'm gonna need you to explain what you're saying, because like, ew. And he was basically referenced the crazy hot scale. The hotter one is the crazier she is. He's like, I didn't want someone super crazy, so I went for middle of the road hotness. He's saying this to his wife's face. Do you know what I did at about 3:45 in the morning? I called my husband because he's at work. And I said, hey, babe, I have a dead-ass serious question. I gave him the rundown. I'm like, is this true? He goes, that man's a idiot. He's like, absolutely not. He's like, honey, why do you think I waited so long? He's like, I waited for you because we met when he was 36. And I was like, right? And I was like, am I the hottest one you've ever been with? And he's like, yes. He's like, Ani, he's like, you are beautiful. He's like, but you're hot. And I'm like, that's what I want to hear. I'm letting you know right now, first off, if my husband ever spoke to me in the way that this beautiful woman's husband ever spoke to her, I would truly contemplate divorce, because it's rude, it's disrespectful, and what you mean I'm not the hottest woman you've ever been with? That's what gets my go. And the audacity of this man who already punched well above his weight to look like that and speak to your stunning wife like that, ew, get immediately. I truly cannot believe it. And my husband, I'm telling you, here's the deal. My husband is no slouch. Ooh, my husband is hot. I know he has been with hot and beautiful women. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb, but it doesn't matter. He did marry the hottest one. I might not cook. I might not like cooking, but I don't have to. So ma'am, you did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. You are beautiful, you are stunning, you are hot, and the fact that your husband does not think you are the hottest woman, because I'm gonna let you know right now, you could be a 2 out of 10, but if you marry the right person, they will always think you're a 15 out of 10. I'm not saying divorce the man. I'm just saying I would never be able to let this go. It would hurt my feelings forever. That would sink into my soul, and that would fester. What do you mean I'm not the hottest? You wanted to marry someone mid. So my personality, the life we created, maybe even the kids they have, that didn't make me the hottest woman you've ever been with? You know what? Go find someone else.
I feel like the woman knows that the conversation wasn't going well. I feel like she kind of knew that he was insulting her, but she's not sure. She kind of feel like probably she's overreacting or there's something. Probably that's why she brought it online for people to judge the matter for her. I feel like she knows because at the end of the video, she was like, should I unalive him now while he's sleeping? Definitely she knows that what he said doesn't make sense. And I kind of agree with one of the creators that was saying that insult them back. Sometimes your man should be very afraid to say some things in front of you, even if that's exactly how he feels. He should be afraid of whatever is going to come out of your mouth when he say a certain thing. So if you're always calm about this, you're this Proverb 31 women, or whatever they say, virtuous women, or I don't know, whenever they say something terrible to you, you kind of leave it to God, or you don't say something back, they'll keep insulting you in their own way. I feel like if you insult them back or say certain things that would, equate to whatever they said, probably next time they want to say it, they'll think well. Because what do you mean telling your wife that she's not the hottest woman that you've ever met? You settled for her because she's a kind of crazy. Like, all the conversation was even pissing me off because I didn't understand what are we talking about? What is crazy? And how does craziness have to do with hotness? Like, I don't get it. And he was saying it like, yeah, you're not that hot. You're not like up there. You're like in the middle. Yeah, even my one's like, if that is how you feel, you have the audacity to say it in front of your wife, meaning you don't even care if it's going to hurt her or not. Some men actually do this intentional, even though they know that their wives are very hot, beautiful, and all of that, they will still say it and make you feel like, oh, you're not that beautiful, so that it's not going to get into your head. Because I've seen a man say that I don't really tell my wife she's beautiful or she's pretty so that she'll not feel like she's so pretty and hot and, leave me or let other people take her away from me or whatever. So either they don't tell you you look beautiful, either they don't want you to know that you're pretty or you're hot. They don't want you to feel that way. So they kind of, lower your self esteem. They make you feel like you're not that special so that you yourself, you not feel like, oh, you're special. You feel like he did you a favor for marrying you. Because what do you mean your wife is in the middle hot hot? Like I cannot just wrap my head around that state. If you were the wife, what would you have done? What would you say? How would you feel, right? How would the conversation would have ended? Is it that both of you are going to start, exchanging words or something else? Because the last creator was like, it's going to lead to divorce. Some people are taking it very personal to that extent. So, what would you do if you were the wife? How would you feel? Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, Sugar Maria David, and thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one, guys.